Alright everybody, welcome back. I didn't do it right the last time, so I'm going to do it right this time. And I'm back with a part 2. I'm in the car again. I'm making productive use of my, I wouldn't say dead time, but I'm just using it for something else. I'm using it to record rather than read a book or do work. Alright, let's get on with it, because the last video I did in the car was about Platine Prive from Guerlain, which came out last year. This is this one right here. I unboxed it, my first impressions. I gave my first impressions, and I've been wearing it today. It's my scent of the day, and I know it's got poor sort of performance and poor longevity, so I drenched my clothes with it this morning, and it kind of doesn't smell like anything other than fabric softener at this point. No, nothing. I got nothing at all, and it's been, I don't know what time it is now. Okay, it's almost 6 o'clock. When did I do this? 8 o'clock this morning. I can tell you at around sort of midday-ish, early afternoon, it was still there. It was a very faint sort of skin scent, so the performance is actually pretty poor. I've actually had full day performance out of the old Lhomme Cologne. I'm going to pit them against each other, okay, but I've also brought in another thing into the mix, and that other thing is by Louis Vuitton. It is Imagination. I don't have a full bottle. I haven't really decided on this one just yet, because I want to get Platine Prive and see, will it do, right? Do I need to spend like an extra many hundreds of dollars so that I can determine, whether or not this is good? Okay. Let this guy park his enormous truck with his loud exhaust. I mean, I can't complain. My car has a loud exhaust as well, because loud exhausts are nice. Anyway, let's unbox. I should have brought some tester strips. Maybe I have some. So every frag head would carry tester strips on them, wouldn't they? Maybe they do. Maybe they don't. Maybe I can use something else as he rummages around his laptop bag. All I could find was some old post-it notes. Is that going to be good enough? Maybe not. You know what? I'm going to spray the cardboard of the box. That's what I'm going to do. Spray the cardboard of the box. Let's go with Platine Prive first, and I will spray this section because it seems a bit more absorbent. Right, let's go there. And I know I say I shouldn't do that, and that your skin is the best indicator of how a fragrance is going to perform, but I think for comparison's sake, you are allowed to do that. I'm allowing it. Let's go with this. This is my Lhomme Cologne. I do not have much left. This is a 50ml bottle. I'd say there's about maybe 5 ml left in there. And this is bottle number 3. Absolutely love this fragrance. It's a shame that I have to do this, but I have to. It's for science. And you know what? I just want to show the bottles, right? This is a very lemony, fresh, zesty, creamy, almondy kind of fragrance. And look at the difference, right? Look at the difference here. All right, look at this gray sort of like, I know it says Platine Prive and Platinum Private, whatever, your private platinum. I don't know what that means. But it just doesn't, the juice inside doesn't paint the picture of this color. It paints the picture of this color though. Look at that. Look at this color scheme. Yellow juice with the white and that little teal. And you can see on the inside, the teal, which they have actually given up on because it actually says no need to be you. No need to L'homme idéal anymore. You have anymore have your fragrance. Wait, no need to be you anymore. Have your fragrance be you. Ah, I get it. No need to be you anymore. Have your fragrance be you, because this is L'homme idéal, because it's the ideal man. Clever. And they've given up on it on this bottle. So, I don't know, cost cutting? They don't want to print on the other side of the fucking sticker. And the sides of the bottle are not, they do not have the cover. It screams of cheapening out to me. They should have just brought this thing back. I digress. But yeah, like this way better in terms of the type of imagery and the scent that you're trying to sort of get out of it and convey. All right, so the third one in this mix, which is a little sampler of Imagination by Louis Vuitton. Now, I'll spray that as well here. And these little samplers, and I've had quite a few of these now, they're really good. The atomizers on them are really good. And they give you a full 2 mil instead of like the old 1.5 or 1 mil in some cases, or 1.7. Why is that in there? It's because it's very similar. Like, a lot of people rate it very similar. Platine Prive came out 2023, 4.43 on the Fragrantica ratings out of 5 with 802 votes as of this recording. Lhomme Ideal Cologne came out in 2015. It's almost been 10 years. I should say Platine Prive was fragranced by Delphine Jelk. I don't know if that's how you say the name, but that's her. Whereas Lhomme Ideal Cologne was done by Thierry Wasser, who's, you know, who took over the last Guerlain for Guerlain as the head perfumer. Lhomme Ideal Cologne gets 4.33 out of 5 with 3,991 votes as of this recording. Imagination by Louis Vuitton was launched in 2021, not too long ago. Jacques Cavalier, Belletrude, I think he's taken on his partner's name. And that one gets a 4.56 out of 5 with 3,781 votes. So people really like this one. And I know it's a really popular one. It's got some neroli in the middle, and I think the base sort of differs in terms of notes, because the two Guerlains roughly imitate each other with the almond in there, and then they rest on that vetiver and musk, but Imagination goes a different way. Now, as I'm speaking, all three of these boxes are right next to me that I sprayed. The Imagination is the furthest one away from me, and it's the one that I can smell the most. Maybe it's because I sprayed it last. It is a smaller atomizer as well, so less juice came out of it. And I'm holding these here. Okay, so I sprayed that here. Platine Prive. There's that sparkle. Oh my god. Yeah. Again, I've only had this for a day and one full wearing today. Kind of let down, I have to say, honestly. Like, the bottle screams of cheapening out, and maybe the formulation screams of cheapening out as well. They could have enhanced it a little bit with some performance, because I think, like, scent wise, it's perfectly acceptable. It just doesn't have the creaminess that I was expecting in here. So I'm going to smell this one first now, because you see, when you have two fragrances that are similar, this is a bit of bro science for you. When you have two fragrances that are similar, and you want to compare the two, you can smell one and then right afterwards smell the other one. And because your nose became accustomed to the first fragrance and the notes of the first fragrance, you smell the second one and you won't be able to smell anything other than the differences, because you became anosmic to the notes on the first one that are also in the second one. And so you can only smell the differences. And if you alternate between smelling one first and second, you should be able to gauge what the main differences are between the two. Hopefully there's some science behind that, but that's just my take on, maybe how this will work. Yep, bit of neroli, bit of almond. Still on that sparkly top note. It's got to be the pepper. The pepper with the orange. Man, maybe that's what it is. Because that's the difference in here. It's got that zing of pepper, pink pepper, and orange. The little sweetness of orange, that kind of I think just gives it an extra sparkle at the top. And there's a bigger dose of almond in here, which is just delicious. In this whole lineup, the almond is a theme, is a recurring theme, but in this one it was amazing. Okay, I can smell cardboard now, which basically might mean that all the notes that are in here are also in here, and the only difference is cardboard. So, like, I've already become accustomed to all the notes in here, which are already in here, and so now all I can smell is the cardboard. Whereas if I smell this first, which is getting more difficult to smell. Is it gone? Okay. Yeah, I smell a zing in here, which I don't get in this. Put these to the side, grab the Louis Vuitton now, and then test that. What is that? That is something different. That is tea. That's like tea and like resins and wood, because this has like black tea in the base. And it's got some spices in there as well. So yeah, like there's a difference here already. And when I sprayed it on, it was way smoother than the other two. Oh man. Is it really worth that much though? Like here in Australia, it's like $550 for a 100ml bottle. I do know LV offer refills, and the refills cost 380 Australian dollars. Yeah, even at that, like $380 for a refill. Yeah, I think you're pushing it. It does have better longevity, so you probably will get more use out of that 100ml than you would, let's say, Platine Prive. So if I'm going to make this my scent of the day, it would probably have to be as much as I sprayed this morning. And if you look at my last video and I showed you the bottle, it was pretty much only had a few mils missing. Now it's got a lot more. I sprayed a lot, and I'm telling you, a lot. I sprayed every article of my clothing. I sprayed my body. I even sprayed my hat, and I sprayed my beard. Everywhere was sprayed. Well, almost everywhere was sprayed. Look how much now is missing. Whereas yesterday's video where I unboxed this, like this was almost at the top. It was only missing like 2 mils, maybe max 3. Right, so now it's missing probably double that. So if I'm going to use 2-3 mils every time and probably have to top up once a day, and Imagination smells nicer, and I don't need to spray as much, and I probably don't need to top up either, then is Imagination better value? Is that what I'm saying? Is that what I'm saying? God, it smells nice though. Apparently this Imagination by LV smells like sunrise on the red sand dunes by Zara, and as far as I know, every Zara fragrance that I've tested, although some of them smell good, the performance is pretty much on par with this, right? And they're not great. They're not great. Lattafa's got one, Art of Arabia, apparently. That smells similar to Imagination, but I doubt it'll be of the same quality. Yeah, nah. This is really good. God damn it. I do have a couple more of these samples. I might have a better opinion on whether or not I want to go for a full bottle of this or not. But I did get this. I can pretty much see myself running through it like I ran through your mum. No. I can see myself running through it pretty quickly. Where is the almond? Where is the almond, Guerlain? You're hiding it from me, you bastards. Or the other option, given if you do like this one, is, oh Lord, is you could just go on the grey market and pick up a bottle of this. And I wonder, since I've got my laptop here and I am connected, okay, I'm going to look up on the grey market, also known as the Bay of E, Guerlain, Lhomme, Ideal Cologne, $180 or best offer, and that is for a 50ml sealed in box. Or there's this one, $260 with $18 postage for a 100ml. Australia is a really bad place for this kind of stuff. Alright, so I can get this for $260 delivered for 100ml. It is still less than half the price of Imagination. Is it as nice? It's not as nice. I mean, it's nice. It's not as complex. It's not as interesting. And as uninteresting as Imagination is in comparison to other fragrances, because it's supposed to be like a fresh, easy wearing fragrance, L'Homme Cologne is probably less interesting than that. It is the nice guy, and they're all hovering at around $200-ish for a 50ml bottle. That's a lot for a 50ml bottle of something that I used to buy for $18. Oh my god. What about L'Homme Platine Prive? How much is one of those going for? There's none in Australia. For $24 you can get a 1ml carded sample, or you can buy one from America and have it shipped over for $310 for a 100ml bottle. I think I'd rather the Imagination. I wonder if, hold on, Louis on Imagination. I wonder if that's on the grey market. There's somebody selling one for $215. That's a fake. Now the trouble with buying not secondhand, but like, you know, not directly from the Louis Vuitton boutique with the refills, is that with how they do with, like, you know, luxury brands, they take your details, they register you, everything you buy goes on your ledger of what you have purchased. And so if you rock up with a bottle of an empty bottle of Louis Vuitton fragrance and ask for a refill, they'll look you up and they'll say, we don't have any record of you buying this from us. And then to which you'll have to sort of say, well, I bought this, you know, secondhand from eBay or from the grey market or from that guy at the market, to which they might reply, I don't think you've got yourself a real bottle, or they might not actually refill it for you, or they might charge you more. I don't know. But it can get a little bit dicey, especially if you do not know the person. And I don't recommend that you do that. Buying Louis Vuitton fragrances off eBay for an enticingly good price from people that have zero feedback is a recipe for disaster. So yeah, for $150, I think I'd rather, they're selling it for $400 and you can get it from LV for $550. Save the heartache. If you don't have the cash, then you don't have the cash. What are you gonna do? Make some cash, I guess. Or you could go for the Zara one. There's plenty of alternatives in this category. Alright, I think enough time has passed where I can go back to this and go, alright, let's go. Little bit of almond. Neroli is present. Better. It is better. It is way better. And it's stronger. I can smell it more prominently than the Platine Prive, the stupid freaking... Okay. This is onto its own thing now. So it smells very different. It smells very different. It's gone into its base. Got guaiac wood, black tea, a little bit of bitterness to go along with the citrus at the top. Yeah, just good. Just really solid. And the LV Freshies, I'm a fan. I've become a fan. I've coming around to it. L'Immensité, still, it feels like a little bit of too much pungent ginger, but I'll get into the LV ones later in a different video. But for now, unfortunately, Imagination seems to be the better value option unless you've got yourself a steady supply of L'Homme Ideal Cologne at a reasonable price, like, you know, $20 for a 50ml bottle, then yes, go ahead. Platine Prive, if you have no other option and you can get a really good deal, I think in most places you can get them for less than $100 US at a discounter or something like that. And pretty much this might end up at a discounter and end up going the same way as L'Homme Ideal Cologne, where you can pick it up for $20 or $40 for a 100ml bottle. In which case, go right ahead, pick up like 3 and then you'll, 4 even, and then you would have spent like $160 and you can literally bathe in it all the time and apply 4 times a day, and it's still better value than L'Homme Ideal. No, it's still better value than Louis Vuitton's Imagination. There you go. There's my financial advice. Follow me for more. Subscribe for more financial advice. That's it. I'm going to come back with another video because I'm aching to tell you what Louis Vuitton fragrance I actually bought a full bottle of. So stay tuned for that. And as always, thanks for watching.